Hey guys, and welcome to the second edition of Factorio Reddit Weekly. This is week 2 of this, and the last one was very well received, which is awesome. I'm really having fun doing these, and it seems like you guys, for the most part, enjoy them, which is awesome. So I'm going to continue doing them every Sunday, and we'll review the top posts on the subreddit for the past week. So I've gone here, I've sorted by top for the last week, and we'll just kind of go through probably about the first page again. We'll see how long it takes and what's here. This one, highly rated. This is today I learned that this is Factorio is the second highest rated game on Steam of all time. So yeah, if you didn't know, there's a list here, and Factorio SteamDB, which is pretty reliable. Factorio is by like 0.10% is the second highest rated game ever on Steam of all time so far, which is pretty ridiculous. Only behind Portal 2, which, you know, of course, makes sense. So it's awesome. I mean, obviously we know this. So just really, really cool. You know, I mean, the devs have done a great job. Another chibi thing here, her face when the first uranium has arrived. I love these things. Oh yeah, little bot here delivering like a test jar of uranium. This is awesome. I love these little drawings. I'm sure she will be happy. Yeah, so these little chibi things are pretty amazing. This person's done a fair bit of stuff, really. So this one, we needed more accumulators. This is like a little GIF. And this is actually a bit painful for me to watch some of these. So there's... Have you ever heard the... Wow, I need to pause this. I'm like such a slow reader. Let's pause it right about here. Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Oh man, I love the Star Wars reference. That's fantastic. I love it. So this is super cool. I looked at this already. I'm not sure why it doesn't show. I think I looked at it on my phone or something. But yeah, so this is super cool. They made a 3D Factorio render for their computer background. This is so freaking cool. Like you could just make like a whole factory render with this almost, right? I mean, this is ridiculous. This is so awesome. Like, and like the transport belts just look so perfect in the inserters. I want more of this. I want one of those. I just want like a picture book of different renders of this. Is what would be really cool. Now on Factorio first person. Yeah, there's actually a game. What's it called? I think it was like Farlight Explorers, I believe, or something like that. That pretty much was like a very, very similar game to Factorio, but in first person. But I don't know how far it ever got. I know it was very early stages when I looked at it like a year ago. But yeah, like a first person Factorio would be amazing. Oh, the engineer, another kind of chibi thing. This one's super cool. They're like in like a control center here or something. And looking outside, the like little spires and such. This character drawing is just so cool. Man, that is super cool. They've been doing this for something like 3 hours. I saw this too. This is hilarious. So this is something the bots, man. The Spitter and Bot are just having a good old time here because the turrets can't quite reach him. You can see the turret range here. They can't quite reach him, and then he's too close for the artillery to hit him too. So it's like, this is just infinite. I mean, for 3 hours they've been doing this. This poor little bot just can't catch a break, man. Oh man, that's hilarious. Why don't you ask those trees in a second? Grenade cannot be used as a weapon? Really? Why don't you ask those trees? Yeah, like, grenades are one of the best tree clearers in the game. They have a different message when using this fashion. Unless seriousness, should we get the ability to throw nukes by hand? Only a grenade range? That would just be a death sentence. You couldn't, I mean, you would just die. Even as it is, when you launch a rocket, you have to run away a little bit, I think, to not get hit. So that's pretty funny. I got my former roommate, a senior project engineer, to play Factorio. Needless to say that the company is now losing millions because, seriously, I don't know. They added filters combination logic to the game. That's exactly what I do normally. I probably can have it fully automatic within a day or two, he said with bloodshot eyes. The moment I mentioned multiplayer, his eyes widened as he know how good I can lay things out. LAN party? What the heck am I doing bringing this game to material handling business? If your packages are now taking twice as long, at least you know who to blame. This is awesome. Oh man, these posts people make, there's usually about like one a week, one every couple weeks, where someone's just like, I got my friend into the game, or I got my brother into the game, or a coworker, and they're just like totally consumed by it. It's pretty much the curse of Factorio. Engineer's plant under attack. Credit to Hyde Bohr for original work. This is awesome. So we got an artillery thing here. Press the button, shoot, boom, boom, dead. And then target everything. I love it. This reminds me of like the Big Bertha or the Bigger Bertha I did with Colonel Will on the Frontier map. Man, that was pretty great. So this is like a good PSA and kind of just funny in general. If you need to shift belts up or down, use underground belts. Don't be like me and waste space. I totally did this when I was new to the game. Not gonna lie. I definitely did stuff like this to move belts down. Whereas, I mean, really, like, this is really nitpicking. I mean, if you plan your bus out really well, you shouldn't need to do stuff like this. But if you do, this is definitely a good way to do it, for sure, opposed to this. Unless you just like the, squiggly lines. Probably useless. How to use filter splitters to flip belt contents. Oh yeah, so this is really cool. I've seen some things like this. So yeah, you can use a filter here. So this guy is just only sending inserters to this side, and this one's only sending belt to this side. It's really simple, but like, it may be something that doesn't initially dawn on you. And this is really nice to be able to flip belt sides of two items like that super easily. Definitely a really, really good way to do this, for sure. Only had the game 4 days, and I've already started to dream about belts and smelters. Buying them for 8 is too late now, might as well embrace it. If you're already lost, just keep going. I played it so much, if I looked at a plain white wall, it would move like conveyor belts. Yeah, I remember that. Or like if I looked at like a tile floor or something, it would, I would start like planning out a factory on it. 2 weeks now, and some nights I have trouble sleeping because I can't stop thinking about what to do next with my factory. This game will eat away on your sanity if you're not careful. Yep, I can definitely vouch for that happening to me as well. Losing some sleep over it. Filling water wagons fast. Yeah, this one... Wow, okay, so they have tanks and a pump on each connection here. And then they have... Oh no, then they have another one here. And then they have a pump going into another pump. An offshore pump going into a pump. And then... Because these pumps... These like electric pumps, these things pump, I think it's 9,600 fluid a second. And then, I don't know, I guess the offshore may be equal to that or so. But, I mean, yeah, you can see this just, I mean, that's really quick filling up. This is like something you would need to do if you're trying to power a huge nuclear build off of trained in water. That's definitely like how fast you would need to be filling these. Coworker dropped off some awesome swag. I don't think I've seen this. Oh yeah, these are super cool. I don't actually know what this is. But these buttons are cool. I have some of these. These are really awesome. Which reminds me, I still need to get those magnets from the post I went over last week. I keep forgetting. Dang it. A 3D printer is basically an assembling machine for real life. Oh man, dude, they printed circuits. That's so cool. And they have them like stacked up here. Imagine, like, if you had the ability and funds to do so, you could, like, I feel like you could almost create a board game or something with like by 3D printing Factorio parts. I don't know. Like maybe not a board game, but some sort of game like that. I mean, these are pretty awesome. Wow. I'd take some of these. Now you need to make more. Yes. How are you able to hook up the sulfuric acid input on your 3D printer? Wow, yeah, this is super awesome. 3D printers are so cool. I've kind of wanted one, but they're still fairly expensive, I believe. Do you think this is too many logistic spots? 1 FPS. Oh god, this is gonna make... Oh my god. How many... This is 25 million. How did he even fit It's just... Is it just Roboport? I mean, they're carrying stuff. But the Roboports needed to house this many. Oh, this just pains me to see. Oh, jeez. Oh my god, that is so painful. These ratings look good. I'll play about 30 minutes and go to bed. 2 hours later. You all can go to hell. Compact 45 science a minute blueprints. Oh, this looks really cool. Wow, nice. 45 science a minute. So it's a little less than 1 a second, but that's pretty good. So yeah, we got green and red. Kind of, I would expect them to be the other way around, going left to right, but wow. Yeah, these are really clean. These are some nice blueprints. Because they're like all consolidated, you know, like the engines are just in here in the same footprint pretty much. And then military, again, wow, this is really, really good. I'm not sure if everything's ratioed. I don't feel like doing the math right now, but... Oh, and then we even got rocket parts. So I guess that even counts space. Wow, that is impressive. That is really, really impressive. I'm definitely upvoting that. If you guys need some blueprints, definitely check out this post for some science blueprints. Like, these are really, really clean. For 45 science a minute, I mean, it's not like, you know, huge by any means, but it'll definitely get you some research, and they look quite good. XTYTSub circuit network, please. Yeah, this has been asked a lot of times, and I'm not sure why they haven't. I kind of remember hearing about or reading a response from a dev or something about it, like, because of how splitters work, it would like be way too complicated to make them work with the circuit network, or maybe that's just my imagination. I mean, there's some reason they haven't added them. I mean, they what update was it? Was it 15 or even before that? No, I think it was 15 or maybe 16. No, I think it was 15, where they added like all the stuff like offshore pumps, or maybe those already could, but like tanks and like belts and stuff could all be connected to the circuit network. When they did that, I mean, you would think if splitters were super easy to do, they would have done that then, but maybe not. I don't know. So let's see, why fan art shouldn't be a problem. I didn't know it was a problem. I've seen a lot of people on art posts wanting fan art for Factorio to not be posted on this subreddit, so I'll say this: I feel like there's not enough fan art or comics to warrant it. Not much of a problem. I'm a frequent lurker on the subreddit. I have 3 pieces of comics and fan art, which isn't well considering the massive amount of posts. Like, even if there are, I mean, in this last week, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4-ish, 5 maybe, and that 3D render up top somewhere. But like, they're all upvoted, you know. I mean, I think fan art totally fits into the Factorio subreddit. I mean, it's Factorio related, obviously, and it's really, really cool. In fact, this may just be my opinion, and no offense to any of these people posting this other stuff, but I actually usually, aside from a select few, I actually prefer the fan art to the other posts. I find the fan art much more interesting than most of these other posts, but that's just me. The strip mall. It's always interesting to see how people build malls. All right, so yeah, you got your logistic chests and stuff over here, some rail stuff, some circuit network stuff. Red and green circuits are made locally for all of this. Oil stuff here, some pipes, miners, and belts. This is pretty cool. No more waiting for modules. Oh god, 60 modules a minute. Wow. That is a lot. That is a lot of module production. Jeez. Like, those things take forever and they're super expensive. Did you know underground pipe is much faster for high throughput pipelines? It's actually interesting. Okay, so here's the underground one. And here's this one. Wow, that is actually significantly faster. Oh yeah, geez. Yeah, so yet another reason to use underground. Like I've seen before, people just doing like huge straight runs of above ground pipes. This would be another reason to use undergrounds. I mean, the throughput. I think the reason, I could be wrong. In fact, someone may have commented why this is actually. Yeah, this is exactly what I was about to say. Is why this is because it doesn't count the distance between underground pipes when moving items. So like the distance from this pipe to this pipe is 1 as far as the game is concerned for moving the fluid. So instead of moving it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many this is, and then this just moves it once. So it's like just boom, done, and there. You know, it just jumps instantly, essentially. Yeah, so underground pipes are treated as one above ground pipe in regard to resistance with fluid mechanics. Yeah. So this is pretty much what I was going to say. That's the reason for this, is that it just acts as like one above ground pipe. So I think that's it. First page, some really, really cool fan art, some cool like 3D printed stuff, some base things, a really, really nice blueprint, kind of game feedback and thoughts. And each week, this is what I like about this, like kind of like with the Friday Facts, is each week will be different. I mean, obviously there was some fan art and stuff last week, but quite a lot gets posted to this subreddit. So every week there's going to be different posts, which I think is really cool. So it's variety. And I think that's going to do it, guys. I mean, as the last comment, I had a few people who were, a bit negative and like, if I want to read the subreddit, I'll just go read it. It's like, then go read it. I mean, there's a reason that you guys seem to like these in the Friday Facts, is some people just prefer watching it and maybe hearing someone else's thoughts or a different perspective on things, and maybe you just don't visit Reddit much at all, and this kind of will just, there's, even if you don't visit Reddit and stuff, like there's still some really good content that you may not know about that may help you out or just be interesting or give you a laugh or something that you can just see by watching the video if you don't want to visit Reddit and all that stuff. So that's kind of my hope here, is the same with the Friday Facts. It's just kind of, it's a discussion. It's kind of like a podcast or whatever. So that's going to do it. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. I do hope you enjoyed, and any feedback is welcome, as long as it's helpful. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all, and do take care.